Hey you guys, so I had a few things on my mind and you're probably wondering why I'm in the house with a coat and hat on, because I just came in from school and it was on my mind. So I need to talk about situations and things and what we want from people, but what we're not willing to give up in order to have those people in our life. So once upon a time, I was in a situation with someone who's just not that busy. I'm extremely busy. Some of you may know I have 2 kids. I have a business. I go to school and I work full time. And my kids are busy people, which means I'm a busy mom. There's a lot. And, you know, of course, you guys all, if you follow me close enough, you know that I'm at the gym all the time. In order to have that life, so when someone's on the outside looking in, they look at a person and they say, oh goodness, oh yeah, she go to the gym, oh she good with her kids, oh she this or she that, or ooh, look at him, he's a good daddy. And you know, you look at all these things and it attracts you to a person, but then at the end of the day, you don't realize what it takes. You just want that person to be in your life. And then once you have that individual in your life, you're not realizing that the time that you think that they're just going to automatically make for you is not necessarily going to be there. Stick with what you know you can deal with. If you want someone at the top of the game, if they're getting there, you have to realize that they're taking lots of time to put themselves in the position that you would love for your future mate to be in. And what's going to be sacrificed is your time. If they're already there, you have to remember that it took time for them to get to where they are, and it's going to take time in order for them to stay in that position. All of these ladies that want the #1 ball player have to realize he didn't become the #1 ball player because a position just fell in his lap. He became the #1 ball player because he worked for that position, and he's continuing to work for that position in order to stay #1. When you have someone who does all of these things that you're attracted to, you have to realize that there's time that it takes to put themselves into that position, and that's time that they may not have for you. They're going to make as much time for you as they can, but they're not going to give you as much as they can. If you have a lot of time on your hands, then deal with someone who also has a lot of time on their hands, and maybe you guys can find something to do with all that time together. I had to learn to put myself in situations with people who understood what it is my life is about, because a lot of people don't understand it. There was times where I would deal with people, be like, okay, I know they're going to have that time because I'm a busy person, and they can be available when I need them to be available. The problem with that is they were too available, and you know, they didn't understand that. No one understands my life. My life is super duper duper busy. I remember when I wanted to go back to school, and my mom specifically told me, do you really got time for that? So I had to show her, yeah mom, I got a lot more time than you think I have. And I, you know, it's busy. My life is very, very, very busy. But this is what makes me happy. I enjoy being busy. I enjoy, you know, and I make time for things that I can make time for. But there's certain things that come first. And sometimes there people be like, wow, you know, they might tell some guy he's trying to get his, you know, degree, and he's been down and out for a while, and you know, he's trying to make his life better, and all of a sudden some little girl come around and she want more time. Baby, you don't spend no time with me. But do you want a broke man? No. So then you need to go ahead and let that man study. Let him do what it is he has to do. You know, if he's trying to be the CEO of the company, let that man do these business meetings. Let him do what it is he has to do. And it's very, very hard to understand, because the only thing we can think about is ourselves. If you want all of the time in the world, expect to have a mediocre lifestyle. Expect to have a mediocre life. People don't have the cars that they have. People don't have, I don't care what the job is. He could be the drug dealer. He could be the pimp of the South. It all takes time that they don't necessarily have just free willy. People with a whole bunch of time on their hands, there's usually a reason that they have all this time on their hands. And trying to be a busy individual, trying to deal with someone who has a lot more free time than you and trying to get them to be busy, you can't do that one either. You can't expect them to want more just because you have more and because you chose someone who doesn't have more. If you want someone who understands you, understands your life, find someone who's on your level playing field. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck either having to explain yourself, arguing, being unhappy, spending more time than you want alone, or if you do choose to find someone who has a very busy lifestyle, like you may not, become more busy, do more things. And then that way the time that you guys have together will be more appreciated and you'll appreciate what it is they have going on. If you want to be a basketball wife and you don't have a hustle, you're going to be a lonely wife. So I definitely respect these ladies on these reality shows that are actually doing something instead of just being a quote unquote wife or whatever it may be. Because it's hard out here. I don't care if you're involved in a bunch of different charities, whatever it is. If it keeps you busy and you're dealing with someone that's busy, you get a little bit better of an understanding of their life. But in order to have something, you got to do something. And in order to expect something from someone, you can't expect more than what it is you're giving. And sometimes two people's schedules just don't match up, and that's okay. Because if it's meant to be, it will be. All right, you guys, enough of me chit-chatting. I got some dinner to make, some homework to do, and a kid to go pick up.